The Art of Eternity, a journey through the history of Egyptian art. In this video, we delve into the history of Egyptian art. Not just the glittering treasures and monumental architecture that most readily spring to mind, but the very soul of a civilization expressed through form, color, and line. A civilization that endured for over 3,000 years, and whose artistic language evolved, adapted, and yet remained fundamentally rooted in its profound beliefs about life, death, and the cosmos. Our journey begins with the predynastic period, c. 5000, 3100 BC. This is the formative era, the crucible where the seeds of Egyptian artistry were sown. Art was intimately linked to magic, ritual, and the burgeoning social hierarchy. We see this in pottery, adorned with geometric designs and representations of animals, reflecting the deep connection to the natural world. Notable examples include the painted pottery from Nakata, showcasing stylized animals and boats, suggesting early trade and communication. But the Narmer palette is a landmark. This elaborate ceremonial object depicts the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt under King Narmer, a pivotal event in Egyptian history. The figures are already rendered in a proto-canonical style, demonstrating a nascent understanding of composition and symbolism that would define Egyptian art for millennia. The early dynastic period, c. 3100 2686 BC, also known as the Archaic period, solidified the pharaonic system. Monumental architecture began to emerge, most notably the step pyramid complex of Djoser, attributed to the architect Imhotep. This period saw the refinement of hieroglyphic writing and the standardized representation of the human figure, crucial for conveying power and authority. The statue of Djoser, sculpted in a seated pose, embodies the regal composure and divine status of the pharaoh. While the style is still somewhat rigid, it represents a significant leap forward in sculptural technique and artistic ambition. The Old Kingdom, 2686–2181 BC, often referred to as the Age of the Pyramids, is the zenith of early Egyptian civilization. The construction of the Great Pyramids of Giza, Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure represents an unparalleled feat of engineering and artistic vision. These massive structures were not merely tombs, they were powerful symbols of royal authority and the embodiment of the sun god Ra. Sculptural masterpieces from this period include the Great Sphinx, a colossal statue with the body of a lion and the head of a pharaoh, and the statues of Khafre, seated on his throne, displaying a perfect balance of power and serenity. These works are characterized by their rigid, idealized forms, emphasizing the pharaoh's divine nature and eternal existence. The scribal statues, often depicting seated scribes with papyrus scrolls, offer a rare glimpse into the lives of non-royal individuals, though still idealized. The collapse of the Old Kingdom ushered in the First Intermediate Period, 2181–2055 BC, a time of political fragmentation and social upheaval. Art reflected this instability, often displaying a decline in quality and standardization. Regional styles emerged, and there was a greater emphasis on realism and everyday life. While monumental construction was curtailed, tomb paintings became more prevalent, depicting scenes of daily activities, agriculture, and craft production. This period, though considered a dark age, actually provides us with invaluable insights into the lives of ordinary Egyptians. The Middle Kingdom, c. 2055, 1650 BC, saw the reunification of Egypt under the Theban kings. This period witnessed a resurgence of royal power and a renewed flourishing of the arts. While pyramid building on the scale of the Old Kingdom was not revived, elaborate mortuary complexes and temples were constructed. The statue of Mentuhotep II, who reunified Egypt, showcases a different kind of royal portraiture. He is depicted as a powerful and almost melancholic figure, reflecting the turbulent times he lived in. Jewelry became more sophisticated, with intricate designs and the use of precious stones. The story of Sinuhe, a popular literary work, inspired numerous artistic representations, depicting the themes of exile, loyalty, and the yearning for home. The Second Intermediate Period, c. 1650–1550 BC, saw the Hyksos, foreign rulers from Asia, conquer Lower Egypt. Art from this period is fragmentary, blending Egyptian and foreign styles. The Hyksos introduced new technologies and artistic motifs, such as the war chariot and the horse, which would later be incorporated into Egyptian art. This period is often overlooked, but it was a crucial period of cultural exchange and adaptation. The New Kingdom, c. 1550, 1069 BC, represents the golden age of Egyptian art and empire. Under the Theban pharaohs, Egypt expanded its influence throughout the Near East, accumulating vast wealth and resources. This period saw the construction of magnificent temples at Karnak and Luxor, dedicated to the Theban triad of Amun, Mut, and Khonsu. The mortuary temple of Hatshepsut at Deir el-Bahri is a masterpiece of architectural integration with the landscape. Hatshepsut, a female pharaoh, commissioned numerous statues of herself, depicted in both male and female attire, asserting her royal authority. Tomb paintings reached their peak of artistic achievement, with vibrant colors and intricate details depicting scenes from the afterlife, such as the Book of the Dead. The golden mask of Tutankhamun, discovered in his tomb in the Valley of the Kings, is perhaps the most iconic symbol of Egyptian art, representing the opulence and religious beliefs of the New Kingdom. The reign of Akhenaten during the New Kingdom stands as a fascinating outlier. The Amarna period, c. 1353–1336 BC, marked a radical departure from traditional Egyptian religious and artistic conventions. Akhenaten abandoned the worship of the traditional pantheon in favor of Aten, the sun disk. Art during this period became more naturalistic, with elongated figures and exaggerated features. The bust of Nefertiti, Akhenaten's wife, is a prime example of Amarna art, showcasing a delicate beauty and elegance. However, this artistic revolution was short-lived, and after Akhenaten's death, the traditional gods and artistic conventions were restored. The Ramesside period, part of the late New Kingdom, saw the construction of numerous temples and monuments by pharaohs such as Seti I and Ramses II. The Temple of Abu Simbel, with its colossal statues of Ramses II, is a testament to his power and ambition. The tomb of Nefertari, Ramses II's beloved wife, is renowned for its beautifully preserved paintings. However, by the end of the New Kingdom, Egypt's power began to decline, and the country faced internal strife and foreign invasions. The Third Intermediate Period, 1069 and 664 BC, saw Egypt divided into several independent kingdoms, ruled by Libyan, Nubian, and other foreign dynasties. Art from this period reflects this fragmentation and the influence of foreign cultures. The Kushite kings from Nubia, who ruled Egypt during the 25th dynasty, revived many of the traditions of the Old Kingdom, including pyramid building and the worship of traditional Egyptian gods. However, the art of this period is often considered less refined than that of the New Kingdom. The Late Period, c. 664–332 BC, saw Egypt under the rule of various foreign powers, including the Assyrians, Persians, and finally, the Greeks under Alexander the Great. Art during this period continued to reflect Egyptian traditions, but there was also a growing influence of foreign styles. The Saite dynasty, which ruled Egypt before the Persian conquest, attempted to revive the artistic glories of the Old Kingdom. However, the Ptolemaic period, 332–30 BC, after Alexander's conquest, saw the fusion of Egyptian and Greek cultures. The Ptolemaic pharaohs, descended from Alexander's general Ptolemy, ruled Egypt as Hellenistic monarchs, constructing temples and monuments in both Egyptian and Greek styles. The Temple of Isis at Philae is a prime example of Ptolemaic architecture, blending Egyptian and Greek architectural elements. The Roman period, 30 BC, 395 AD, saw Egypt become a province of the Roman Empire. Egyptian art continued to be produced, but it was increasingly influenced by Roman styles. Mummy portraits, painted on wooden panels and placed over the faces of mummified individuals, are a distinctive feature of Roman-era Egyptian art, blending Egyptian funerary traditions with Roman portraiture techniques. The rise of Christianity in Egypt also led to the development of Coptic art, which incorporated elements of Egyptian, Greek, and Roman styles. Egyptian art is more than just a collection of beautiful objects. It is a window into the soul of a civilization, a testament to the enduring power of human creativity, and a profound reflection on the eternal mysteries of life and death. It is a story told in stone, paint, and gold, a story that continues to resonate with us across the millennia. The history of Egyptian art is not just a story of the past, but a mirror reflecting the present and a source of inspiration for the future.